Hey, you guys. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you guys. Welcome to the Ultra Life Podcast. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. We are here to break our brains and really go after our big dreams and goals in life. And here we know that we do that when you have your health, when you are in the best shape of your life and you have the energy and are feeling amazing, then that unlocks all the big dreams and goals that you want to go after in your life, and that the two are symbiotic. We talk about and work on both here because guess what? If your life sucks or isn't where you want it to be, it's great. Maybe it's good, but it's just not where you want it to be in your relationship or in your work or whatever area that is, that affects our health, right? That affects us showing up for our workouts, for our eating and all the things. So they go together and you are in the right spot because we are working on both here, right? So great to have you guys. Welcome, welcome. We are going to get into it. I am like on fire this morning, and in general with spring being here, the energy and the magic and the like freshness and the newness and the like change is in the air. I can feel it. I don't know about you guys. If you can, message me. I want to hear about it. There's this magical, amazing like energy force that I'm feeling right now, and it's so amazing. So I hope you guys are feeling it too. If not, go out for a walk, start getting outside and seeing the flowers blooming, trees, like the beautiful little flowers like flying in the wind. It's like snow here in regards to that. See the grass and all the green things popping up. Get outside and you'll experience it for yourself. Okay. So today, I wanted to share really just one quick concept, but hopefully it's life changing. Hopefully, it's something that you can seed on. You plant this little seed right now as we are about to start spring. Well, it's technically spring, but we are entering this new season. And you probably have these goals. You're kind of waking up from the winter, and I'm already in my watch me energy, obviously. And I want to bring that out for all of you guys, like this energy, and let's use this for our goals and our visions, right? So I want to offer this one idea, this one concept today that kind of came up over to me in these last couple weeks and like hit me like home the other night. And I already feel that shift and change. So I want to offer it to you guys. And I don't necessarily have this, big name that came to me for it. The way I'm going to share it is it's basically like, let's do a 180. And what that means, not just like, we've heard this before, like, let's do a 180, turn around. Like, let's do a 180. And what I mean by that is for whatever age, where you are right now today, what if all of your past, all of the stories and beliefs you now have had that have got you exactly where you are today in your relationships, in your finances, in your work, in your business, in your health, fitness, and all of those things? That what if the version of you, the person that you have been and showing up as, and the thoughts you've been thinking about yourself, the limiting beliefs, the playing small, the people pleasing, the saying yes and not having any boundaries, or not saying no to not saying yes to your fuck yes and no to the fuck no's, like you're just kind of all willy-nilly, like you have no boundaries, like the doubt that you've had about yourself or your dreams and your goals of like, that's not possible. I couldn't do that. That's for someone else. Or I'm too old. I'm, I'm too far gone. There's nothing that's worked for me. Like that's, I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. Like, what if all that in a bag of goodies, whatever that looks like for you, where you are right now, that we just simply decided to cut that off. And maybe there's even like a visual for you where you're like, you like literally like step over some line. There's a line in the sand from this day forward. Or you like literally are like seeing yourself like cutting this imaginary, like this was your life. And now we're cutting that. We're cutting that away. And from this day forward, that you decide to say, fuck that. Fuck that old life and version of me that played small, that doubted herself, that people pleased, that didn't show up as big as she wanted to, that didn't say yes to the things she wanted to, that wasn't that authentic self, and said, you know what? I am going to, from this day, this moment forward, I'm going to say, hell yes. I'm going to say, I'm all in on playing big, on saying yes to the things I actually want, on creating boundaries, on no more people pleasing, on speaking up, on saying and requesting what I want, and doing the things, going after my dreams and goals, regardless of my age, my weight, my you name it, XYZ, right? That from this day forward, we all decide that we are going to fucking go for it. That we are going to just simply step over a new line, draw that line in the sand, step over it, and just be looking at that old life and that old version of us and all of it. And listen, it's beautiful where we are now. This is not to say like I regrets are not something that I generally have because I have learned the lessons and I am where I am. I feel like there's divine timing. I am where I am right now for a reason in all the ways. I accept that. I love that. I love where I'm at. I love my life. And I can look back and see how I've played small, how I've doubted myself, how I didn't show up as my true, full, authentic self, especially in our 20s. Well, some of you maybe just baller out and you've always done what you want to do and like played that game, but some of us haven't. And we're figuring out and finding ourselves and who the heck are we and what do we want to do? And then we get into our 30s and then we're like, we get married to these partners or separated or we don't find that partner, and there's the 30s are like this time of like figuring out our relationships and learning what the heck and how to do those and having kids and career wise now we might know what that is and are like going whole hog for it, right? There's a big focus on that. And financially, like there's so much work, I feel like, and time and effort and complete 180 life changes from the 20s to the 30s. And now I want to offer wherever you are, but that like we can decide, yes, we've had this beautiful life and we are where we are. And any of that bag of, who you've been, that version of yourself that is holding you back. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I'm doing that. If you're on the podcast, I just made like fireworks happen in the video. So it was fun. But whatever your dreams and goals are that you listen, I know if you're here listening to this podcast and to me, that you have big fucking goals on your heart and head. You see something for yourself and you don't have it yet. And it's not like oh, I want to get this. Like, I want to have $1 million and win the lottery. Like, and I want this car and I want the marriage of my life. Like, you guys aren't graspy and grabby like that. You guys are like deep soul. Like, it comes from your heart and your body. It's like a knowing the goals and dreams and visions that you have. It is deep desires that is for you, that only you have. And I want those to come out and play right now, this season, this year. So, how can you cut the cord, step over that line in the sand, and simply decide that from this point forward, you are going all in? Your goals and dreams are inevitable. That right now you can do one thing today to take that next step towards them. It could simply be writing them down and like acknowledging them on paper or to somebody. Y'all can DM me, okay? At Samantha's Real Life. If you don't know that already, come DM me. Tell me your dreams and goals. I want to hear. Are you making that line in the sand? Tell me you're making that line in that sand and that commitment to yourself. That from this day on, you are going to honor what you want and get after it and drop the baggage, the stories, the old beliefs, the limiting thoughts. You're simply just going to drop it. And now I'm not saying that you hear this once and it's just like magical. It happens. You do this 180 and then there is no work to be done to continue to bat down the limiting thoughts and to stay playing big and to keep growing. And how do we do that? Okay, well, one, obviously coaching is a great spot to do that, right? Like come join us in the Ultra Life coaching program. Okay, you're going to get mad, wild, crazy results. So that is one place you can do that because we are together for an entire year. Like imagine every single week you've got a coaching call with me and a group of people that are also badasses going after their big dreams and goals and doing the work. And we are all collectively lifting each other up and supporting each other. And you've got 24/7 access to resources anytime you get stuck, any part of your week or day in between those calls. And you can do written coaching in between it. And you can celebrate your wins fucking with free, no judgment and think big with other people thinking big instead of, no offense, some friends, some family that mean well for us or our community that, everybody means well and we're all like friends and good, but it's like, are they the ones like, hey, good for you? Yeah. Or are they like, well, I don't know. How are you going to do that? Like, that seems crazy. Instead of someone being like, you're right. You're goddamn right. You could do that. Let's fucking go. Let's make a plan. Right. So anyway, you guys can join me there. If you have questions, comments, DM me about that. But in general, I kind of lost my train of thought there. So in general though, like, yes, it's not just this one, time and day. And then like, you might get excited and motivated and inspired by this. And I hope you do and take action from it and let's go. And also start, whether it's the Ultra Life coaching program or it's something else. And the second part of this is once you say yes and you accept and you decide, hell yes, I'm doing this, Samantha. I hear you. And it's about goddamn time I go after my dreams and goals. Enough. There is enough of this playing small, fucking people pleasing, not being ourselves, not going all in on what we want and the gifts we have to give to this world, that version of ourselves. Okay. Ooh, I'm getting excited. I told y'all I'm like on fire today. So that when you first say yes and decide that is happening, okay? And then part 2 is you need to then take that first step today, one small thing. And then you need to start to figure out within your plan, where are you going to get support? What is that going to look like in all the ways? What comes to you? What comes up for you where you're like, oh, I want to get this book. Or now because you're saying yes this week to your goals, that when you go to Barnes and Noble or you go to the library this week or you're on Amazon or you're out in Instagram land and then this book comes and lands into your lap, quote unquote, it like shows itself to you and you're like, ooh, so you're going to get the book. Is there another podcast that you need to listen to that you're like, oh, I want to run an ultra. So what are all the ultra podcasts and people that I can listen to? If it's, is it another coach, another course, a program that you've seen out there and you've wanted to do and you just haven't said yes to it? Is it enrolling your best friend? Is it whatever it is? But you need to say yes first. And I would really encourage you guys, if you're hearing me and you're like, all right, Samantha, I'm drawing this line in the sand, I'm saying yes, get a journal and like put it in a journal. I don't care if that's a Google Doc, if that's an actual pen and paper notebook, if that's a notes app on your phone. Somehow you need to get this out of you. and like declare it and decide it and put it out of you into the universe. Okay. Or to God, whatever you believe in. Okay. So say yes, get it out. And then your next step, aside from taking one action step today, is quite literally, what's your plan? What are the things and the ways that you're going to support yourself to reach your goals? Right. And these may be goals. I don't know what that looks like for you. Is that a 3-month goal you're lit up for and excited about? And you're like, yes, I'm taking this step. Is it a 1-year goal? Is it a 3-year goal? Is it a 10-year goal? Whatever that is for you, you decide to step over the line, and that from this point forward, that version of yourself is gone. Okay. And you might need to remind yourself and pull yourself back over that line sometimes. Okay. That's all right. That's human nature. But decide, declare, and then take action today on this 180 and step into this next version of yourself. We are in spring. Let's feel the magic and the energy that comes with this season, and let's grow. Let's not deny ourselves anymore of what is on our hearts and heads. And I know you see it for yourself, okay? I see it for myself. And anybody I know that's achieved big things, and when you listen to them, they see it for themselves. They've known it. I think about my muses, and I'll probably do a podcast on that, are Taylor Swift and Tony Robbins. And that's how, that's the energy and direction that I'm going. And when I think about them, Taylor Swift, she knew she was a star when she was young, right? And she boldly continued to, and still does, step over that line and say, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And she gets hurt and she gets, feels uncomfortable to do that, but she fucking says yes to herself and does it. Right. And so we need to start saying yes to ourselves. And that goal was on her heart and head, right? She's not a NASCAR driver. She's not cross country skier. She's not her depth and soul is this masterful artist, singer, right? So what is that for you? And let's honor that. Let's bring that to life. This beautiful seed inside of you, these goals, dreams, and visions that you have, let's start to sprout. Okay? Don't stomp on it. Don't let it stay in the ground. Let's bring it out. Okay? And guess what? I just had this visual, even sharing that. When that little sprout starts to come out, that one action step you're going to take today, and then the plan you're going to take to water and bring the sunshine in and weed it and cultivate this beautiful seed, this plant that's going to grow, aka your goals and dreams and visions. That what happens when you do start to cultivate and it pops out. Somebody notices it. That's there to be like, oh my God, look. Oh my gosh, this beautiful new plant is coming up. And others can come to nurture you and to support you when you start to show up and take the actions first. Then the universe and others that are aligned with your vision and goals there to support you can help lift you up, support you, and help you grow, right? Okay. I hope this was helpful for you all. I hope this is inspiring and has you feeling ready to get after it. Draw that line in the sand, okay? So if you guys want the help and support, you are saying amen, yes, I want to do this. I want to spend a year with you. I have this dream and vision and goals and I want to fucking make it happen. Then DM me at Samantha's Real Life and we can start a conversation on what that looks like. And I'll share all the details and you can share all your dreams and goals and we'll see if it's a good fit. Okay. I love you guys and I hope you have an amazing start to spring and an amazing start to this week. Let's fucking go.